Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to help build your confidence and creativity through crafting. Today's card is this one. We are going to be using the Bottled Happiness stamp set along with the vintage bottle punch to make this card. I also stamped the inside a little bit. We're going to be using simple supplies and simple techniques to make this card very easily. So if you want to see how to make this card, please keep watching. So the first thing we're going to do for our card is a little bit of stamping using the Bottled Happiness stamp set. Now this is a two-step stamp set, meaning two separate stamps create one image, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that with these two. These are our flowery images here. We're also going to be using the bottle, and we're going to use this bottle outline and the label and this little thingy here. I need to get that out. Little, it's like, I don't know, a flowery, leafy thing. I'm bad with the names of what things actually are. So I have my piece of basic white here. Now all the measurements for this card are on a PDF in my Sassy Paper Crafters VIP group on Facebook. If you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, feel free to go ahead and join the Sassy Paper Crafters VIP group, where I give all kinds of tips. You get all the info first. It's a fun place to be. So first we're going to start with our flowers here, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. I have Berry Burst, and I'm just going to ink up my stamp, tap, 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 real lightly. Make sure I get the whole thing covered. And then I'm going to center my piece here on my grid paper, and I'm just going to stamp as close to the middle as I can. I'm putting a little bit of pressure, but not too much. That looks good. And now we're going to take, I'm going to just close this. We're still going to use it. I just don't want to put my hand in it. Now we're going to take our gray granite, and I'm going to take our leaves and little centers here. Now the reason I did that one first is because I'm going to be able to line up the centers of the flowers with the flowers that are already stamped. It just makes it a lot easier for me. If it's easier for you to line up the flowers with the centers, go ahead and do that, but I'll show you what I mean. So these are photopolymer stamps, which means you can see right through them. So I'm going to probably have to get my head in there a little bit. And then we're going to stamp. I'm off a little bit. I can see that, but that's okay. Looks good to me. So that's done. Now we need to do our bottle. And move that. Get the bottle out. We have two pieces to the bottle, the solid piece and the outline. I'm going to need some stamps, so I'm going to clean these off really quick. Or I'm going to need some blocks, I mean. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Scrub, little Stampin' Mist, scrub on one side, dry on the other, scrub, dry. Those are clean and ready to go. We'll put them away so I can use these blocks. I'll put our bottle here and our outline. I like with the outline because it's kind of bendy. I like to lay it on my grid paper and then pick it up with the block. That way I know it's not wonky. So I just have a scrap piece of basic white here. I'm going to do the bottle part first. I'm going to ink that up in gray granite, but actually I'm going to grab a scrap grid paper because we're going to stamp off on this, and I just don't want to mess up my pretty grid paper just yet. So I'm going to ink up my bottle in the gray granite. Then we're going to stamp off onto there, and then we're going to stamp onto our scrap piece. So what that does, it gives you a much lighter image. So now I'm going to take this little outline piece here. I'm going to try to line it up. I know it's hard to see. Looks good to me. Move this. And now we need our little label here for our sentiments. I'm going to take that, grab a B block. We'll ink that up in the gray granite. Right in the middle there. Just like that. And then we need our words too. So I'm going to go with sending cheer and an A block. I can put my gray granite away and get back out the Berry Burst. Ink that up in Berry Burst. right in the middle. And now we can punch it out with our vintage bottle punch. And you just slide your cardstock right in, line it up, push down, and we have a little bottle. Super easy. So now while I have my berry burst out, I'm going to grab my card base here, and we're just going to stamp the inside corner with this little leafy squiggly piece. It's not really squiggly, but go down here, just off ever so slightly, and that's the inside of our card. So now I'm going to clean up my stamps, put some things away, and we can assemble our card. So now that everything is put away, we're ready to do a little bit of assembly. But first, before we start putting stuff together, I want to use a little bit of this Wink of Stella. This is a glitter brush, and it works similar to a water painter. So in the barrel here is this beautiful glitter. I don't know if you can see, oops, bumping the camera, on the tip of that, there is this beautiful, very subtle glitter. And all you do is you push the sides, and it comes out the tip, and then you can just kind of paint with it. Now I know this is going to be very hard to see on camera, but I'm just going over these berry burst flowers, just kind of blending. It does blend your ink, so you don't want to go too crazy, but I'm just adding a little subtle bit of glitter. See if I can see right there, you can see the glitter. So I'm just adding a little subtle bit of glitter to each flower. It just adds a nice touch, I think. Like I said, it's not super noticeable, but I think the recipient of your cards will like the nice little touch. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to this, and then I'll show you how to put the card together. So now that our Wink of Stella is on there, I'm going to add some pieces. So I do have a piece of basic white that I embossed with the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. You probably can't see that. It makes these beautiful impressions, and all I did was I put this in my embossing folder, ran it through with the platform and the gray plate that come with the machine, and now we have a beautifully embossed piece of cardstock. So we're going to layer everything on top of this and then put that onto our card. So first I'm going to take my basic white, and I have a piece of gray granite here. So I'm going to grab a little bit of seal. My favorite adhesive. You could use whatever adhesive you prefer. And we want to be careful. This gray granite piece is just 1/8 of an inch all the way around bigger, so I don't want to go too crazy. And then I'm going to take a few dimensionals, stick them on the back of the gray granite, and we'll put that on our embossed piece just to give it a little bit of height. Get all these backings off, try to keep them together so they don't end up all over my house. I've literally found them, I found them one outside on the sidewalk one time. Those little backings get around. So I'm just going to center that onto the card. We're also going to take 2 dimensionals, I think, for our bottle. And I'm just going to kind of layer that right in this spot here. And that's why I put the Wink of Stella down first, because that's hard to get under. And then I have a little bow that I made with the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. You get 5 rolls of Baker's Twine in here. You get basic black, crumb cake, very vanilla, basic white, and gray granite. I used a basic white one. You could use gray granite if you want to. It does match. I'm just going to take a glue dot and my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to kind of roll this glue dot up a little bit. Use my fingers, just kind of roll it. I'm going to kind of see what side of the bow I like better. Just stick it on the knot, and then we can just put it right on our bottle like that. And to finish our card, I don't want to put that away yet. To finish our card, I have a few, literally a few, of the iridescent pearl basic jewels left. I'm going to try my putty end, and we're just going to scatter these around our card. I think 3 should do it. Put 3 on there, and then we can take our seal again. Whoops. Put some on the back of this panel. I don't think anything went on there. There we go. And put that right on our card. See, easy peasy. So I hope you enjoyed this card today. I hope it inspired you to get crafty. I will be talking about the Bottled Happiness stamp set all week long. Stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading a new video this Friday using this stamp set. So again, I hope you enjoyed this card today. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.